I've been meaning for years to get to some songs by the great Canadian songwriter and guitarist, Bruce Cockburn. And just recently, just a few days ago, last week, got a request to put a lesson together on Wondering Where the Lions Are. And I thought, okay, this is it. I got to do this. I got to start my Bruce Cockburn path, I guess, And I thought, well, I've always toyed with doing Rocket Launcher and Lovers in a Danger. And I thought, oh, okay, they're all a little on the complicated side because he does some really unorthodox techniques with both hands. But this one seemed like a great place to start because it really 4 chord shapes, not too fancy going on, pounding bass notes, steady alternating bass, and so I'm coming in, hitting the 6th string really hard with the thumb and muting it at the same time, and that's kind of an important part of what's going on. With his left hand, he plays a lot of chords with his thumb. This G chord gets done with the thumb in the bass, the E minor 7 gets done with the thumb in the bass, but we're going to talk about other ways of playing them because you might not want to play with your thumb, or maybe you're not comfortable doing it. It doesn't matter. There are great ways, alternate ways to finger these chords. Whoops, get the right fret. Instead of that, it can be done with. I'll talk about all that in the lesson. We're still going to use all the same notes, so it's going to sound just like what he does. But we'll definitely look at some alternate ways of doing there. It's a really basic finger picking pattern, but unusual, meaning it's the same pattern almost all the way through, using a thumb on the first beat, the 3rd string on the 2nd, a pinch on the 2nd on beat 2, and on the and of 2 another note. So pretty much that's kind of like our normal 2-beat pattern, but there are all kinds of variations that happen in it. 4 chord shapes. We're in drop D tuning, capo to the 2nd fret, putting us in the key of E, but I'll be talking about the chords, thinking of them relatively in the key of D, so we're not going to be calling it an E chord or an A chord. We're going to be thinking of a D, a type of G that is really a G6 add 9, an E minor 7, and then a D add 9. So there are the 4 chords we have, plus the unusual ending chord that I might talk about. And the tablature is very short, 8 measures, but we'll talk about some of the variations we hear mostly on the first chord. Sometimes we hear that, sometimes we hear this. Kind of a quick pull off from the 5th fret. Anyway, we'll talk about the chord voicings and the right hand, and in just a few minutes, well, this will probably take 20 or 30 minutes to get through all this, through this little 3 or 4 minute song. Great tune, though. I will not be singing it, but I'm sure you can piece that together yourself if you can work on the picking and the chords. Coming up, a lesson on Bruce Cockburn's tune from his 1979 album, Dancing in the Dragon's Jaws. But the tune is, of course, Wondering Where the Lions Are.